In a small French town in 1809, a story began that would change the lives of millions. Picture a curious 3-year-old boy named Louis, playing in his father's leather workshop. Like many children, he was fascinated by his parents' tools. But one fateful day, an accident with an awl would take away his sight forever. The workshop that had been filled with wonder became a place of darkness. Yet within that darkness, a remarkable journey was about to unfold. Yet, destiny had greater plans for young Louis Braille. As I tell you this story, somewhere in the world, someone is running their fingers across a series of raised dots, reading a love letter, a scientific paper, or perhaps their favorite book. This is the legacy of that little boy from Couvray, whose determination would light the way for generations to come. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine trying to read by tracing gigantic raised letters with your fingertips. This was how blind people attempted to read before Braille. It was slow, inefficient, and most importantly, it denied them the joy of reading and writing independently. The few books available to blind people were enormous, expensive, and impractical, making education nearly impossible for most. But Louis was determined. At the Royal Institute for Blind Youth in Paris, he encountered a military code called night writing, a system of dots and dashes meant for soldiers to read messages in darkness. While others saw a failed military project, 15-year-old Louis saw possibility. His mind raced with ideas of how this complex system could be transformed into something more elegant, more usable, and more accessible to all. Night after night, Louis worked tirelessly, his fingers bleeding from testing different combinations of dots. He simplified the complex military code into 6 dots, arranged in 2 parallel rows of 3. Simple, yet brilliant. These 6 dots could create 64 different combinations, enough for letters, numbers, punctuation, and even musical notes. The system was so intuitive that students at the institute began learning it almost immediately, spreading the word of this revolutionary invention. Today, as we celebrate World Braille Day on January 4th, Louis' birthday, his invention continues to illuminate minds. Think about this. Every time you see those little dots on an elevator button, a medicine package, or a public sign, you're witnessing his legacy in action. In schools, libraries, and homes around the world, these dots are opening doors to knowledge that were once firmly closed. But here's what makes this story truly remarkable. Braille isn't just about reading and writing. It's about independence, dignity, and the fundamental right to access information. When a blind child learns to read Braille, they're not just learning dots and patterns. They're gaining the keys to their future. Studies show that 90% of employed blind people are Braille readers. That's not just a statistic. It's thousands of lives transformed, thousands of dreams realized, and thousands of barriers broken. In our digital age, Braille has evolved beyond what Louis could have imagined. Modern Braille displays can instantly convert digital text. Smartphones have Braille keyboards. These dots have leaped from paper to the digital realm, proving that great ideas never become obsolete. They evolve. From classroom materials to workplace documents, from restaurant menus to government publications, Braille continues to break down barriers and create opportunities. But perhaps the most beautiful part of this story is that it continues through each of us. Every time we advocate for Braille in public spaces, support Braille literacy programs, or simply share knowledge about its importance, we become part of Louis Braille's legacy. His story reminds us that sometimes the greatest innovations come from those who refuse to let circumstances define their limits. It teaches us that true accessibility isn't just about providing alternatives. It's about ensuring equal access to the joy of learning, the pleasure of reading, and the power of independent communication. As we close today's story, remember those 6 simple dots that opened a world of knowledge for millions. They stand as a testament to human ingenuity and the power of never giving up on your dreams, no matter what challenges life presents. Louis Braille's gift to the world reminds us that sometimes the smallest changes can have the most profound impact. If this story touched your heart as much as it touched mine, Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to DeQuant.Studio. Ring that bell to join us on more journeys through history's most inspiring stories. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this remarkable tale of innovation, perseverance, and the power of human spirit. Until next time, this is DeQuant.Studio, where every story matters.